I'm Renee Gordon. I am the director of the City of Alexandria's Department of Emergency and Customer Communications. And what that means is that we run the 911 and the 311 for the City of Alexandria. Why we decided to go with the FirstNet and go remote and just jump out of the box was first to make sure that our staff was safe. That was the first thing. And the second thing was to maintain continuity of our operation, to be able to make sure that we're still able to support police and fire and emergency services.
I'm Doug Campbell. I'm the Deputy Director for the City of Alexandria, 911, and I am the number 2 underneath of Renee. And again, I run the daily operations at the center. We recognized early on that we needed to test the equipment prior to deploying it live in the field. So we had our IT folks, Bob and those people, set this equipment up virtually here in the center. And we tested it first here to make sure that we had connectivity and things worked properly. Once we were comfortable with that, we then decided to pick a few folks from our operations side and deploy it in the field, meaning at their residence. So when we did that, we decided, well, we got to make sure that we're not going to lose connectivity there as well, and that we're not going to drop calls, etc. So we tested it for over a month just on non-emergency calls only. So we had them answer only strictly non-emergency calls. They were in the shift and they were answering those calls, and our other folks at the center could see them answering the calls. So we wanted to make sure that there was a connection between the two, and that if a call did drop, what would happen to that call. And so we wanted to make absolutely sure before we moved anything further into an emergency operations mode.
Hi, I'm Bob Bloom. I'm the Public Safety Systems Administrator for the City of Alexandria. My team is responsible for all the technology that keeps a modern-day 911 center working. When Renee put down the order that she wanted to put her people at home, we started taking a look at how we could deploy them to individual homes as opposed to a city building or a fire station. So we had the Avesta command boxes. We used CAD workstations that we remoted into an actual workstation on the floor so that we'd have all the resources that they had on the floor. Then we used the FirstNet phones for the push-to-talk capabilities so that they would feel like they were still part of the team and could talk to everybody on the floor. We set up a channel for 311, and we also set one up for 911.
We took the ones that wanted to do it and put them out there, and I mean, it was amazing. The response was great. When we came across obstacles, they pushed through. When the walls came up, they climbed them and went over. And they did come up. We had a lot of challenges. I don't want you to think that this was just easy, but the fact that they all, as leaders, continue to push through and make it work. And if it didn't work, find another way. And that's very important.
The biggest issue was to make them feel comfortable, because it was a big change for them. They were working with different equipment that looks similar to what they have on the floor, but it's in their house. They're working from home for the first time, and they're by themselves. So that was the key for us, was to make sure that they were comfortable, because if they're not comfortable, this whole thing wouldn't work.
This wasn't easy. It wasn't, you turn a light switch on and it works. So don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to test things. We can always go back to where it was, but we need to push it, the envelope, so to speak, to see if it will work. And then what is it going to take to continue that? Without that, we wouldn't even have the operations in the field. So that's where FirstNet came in, and they've shown us that, we're able to maintain this without any hiccups or glitches along the road. So far, so good with that. We're very pleased with that.
As we expanded and we started to do this thinking about putting people on the phone in a home, that's when we started deploying the FirstNet hotspots. And they have worked out quite well. We're very happy with them. And I sleep better at night because I know we're not going to lose connectivity, because that's paramount.